Hello and welcome back to Math Class with Mr. Kura. Today we're going to start talking about systems of equations. So a system of equations is when we have more than one equation that go together and make a system. So here's an example of it. We have two equations that go together, and our first way of learning how to solve a system of equations is going to be to graph them. So we're just going to graph them individually like we graph linear equations. So this is in our y equals mx plus b form. If you don't know how to graph a equation in slope-intercept form or in this y equals mx plus b form, then go back and watch one of those videos. But we're going to proceed assuming you know how to do that. So to graph this, we start with our b value here, and we're going to go up by 3 from the origin. Up 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3 lines. Then we want to graph the slope here, or the m. So we would need to write this as a fraction. Our m is equal to 4 over 1. We need it to be a fraction. And remember, this is rise over run. So to graph that, we go up 1, 2, 3, 4, to the right 1. Up 1, 2, we'd go off the graph. So we're good there. Now let's go down also to kind of extend our line. So go down 1, 2, 3, 4, and I'm going to go left this time. Since I went down, I need to go left. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Alright, then if you had a ruler, that would ideally be what we do here. But for this video, I'm just going to sketch it in. Alright, so there's my first line. My first equation here. Now let's graph our other one. So we start with our b value, and it's -2, so I'm going to go down 2. And then here, what's our m value? M is equal to -1. But I need that to be a fraction, so -1 over 1. Remember, rise over run. So I'm going to go down 1 to the right 1, down 1 to the right 1, down 1 to the right 1, and then I'm also going to go up 1 to the right 1, up 1 to the right 1. And we'll just do our best to make a straight line here. Alright, so then we have our two equations graphed. So to solve a system of equations, when we're graphing, all we do is look for the point, look for the place on the graph where they cross. So where do these equations cross? That's right, right here. So that point is -1, -1. So our solution here is -1, comma, -1. Remember the x value, I move to the left, and then my y value, or this is x comma y. My x value is -1. My y value is -1. So the solution to this system of equations is -1, -1. All we do here is graph our lines and see where they cross. So we'll do one more. Alright, this one we're going to spend a little less time on how to graph, so I'm just going to graph it. So we start with our b value, -4, go down to -4, and then I have +1 over 4, so my rise is 1 over 1, 2, 3, 4. Up 1 over 1, 2, 3, 4. I'm going to do the same thing, go down, but now left. 1, 2, 3, 4. Down 1, 1, 2, 3, 4. All right, so then just do our best to connect these lines. So there's our first line, our first equation. Now let's take the next one. We have -1 is our b value, and then we have -1 over 2. So I'm going to go down 1 over 1, 2. Down 1 over 1, 2. So at this point, we really know where they cross, right? We don't need to do any more points, really. So the solution to this system of equations is this point right here where they cross. So that point is, remember, it's x comma y. So my x is 3, right? 1, 2, 1, 2, 3. Oh, it's 4. Sorry. 4. And my y value is, looks like that's -3. 1, 2, -3. 4, -3. All right, so for the last one down here, we're actually not going to do this one today for an interest of time, but these are not in your slope-intercept form. So just like we did in one of our previous lessons, if it's not in slope-intercept form and we need to graph it, you would need to solve for y, then graph. So if you aren't sure how to do that, go back and watch one of our previous videos where we solve for y and then graph the linear equation. So just a quick summary of how we solve a system of equations by graphing. You graph both lines, and then look and see where do the lines cross. That's our solution to a system of equations. Thanks again for spending time in math class with Mr. Kerr, and I look forward to talking to you again soon.